Hey guys, it's TL again. Not sure when this video is gonna go up. Might be later and probably later today. Um, Again, I'll try to set it as a premiere, so that way, if you guys have subscribed and rung the bell, you guys should get automatic notification that this video has gone up. This is another one of my general game making tips, tricks kind of video. The engine I'm going to be using to show this stuff off is going to be RPG Maker, but this can be used in any engine at all. You can also use pen and paper to do this kind of stuff, or yeah, pen and paper like a notebook, drawing pad for some of this stuff, whatever you want to use. And I'll go over that stuff as I'm going through it. And like I said, in my welcome video, I'm gonna start using this, which is a game I'm working on until I start a new game at least. Um, since this is the game I'm currently working on, I'm just gonna use this as like my background screen since I'm currently doing these videos while I'm at work, so I can't show my face and stuff. I'm just gonna use this as like a background screen for when I am just talking in general and not focusing on something that I'm actively showing you guys in video. So yeah, if you guys want to know more about the game I'm currently working on, Corrupted Spirits, let me know in the comments below, and I will totally do a dedicated video about the game itself. I haven't done a dedicated video, mainly because I don't. Till I get to where I can do a demo of it and get some good footage, I can't speak, good footage of it, I don't really want to do a video of it yet. Once I get to where I feel there's a good enough demo, good enough where I can get a good enough chunk video of it to put out at least like a 3-minute video, 2 to 3 minute video that's really nice, that I can show a little bit of everything of the game, then I'll probably put something out. But this is the title screen that I paid for. So first thing I am going to talk about is think of a name for your game. If you can't think of a name, just do Project XYZ. Do project. Do your favorite color, your favorite number, your cat's name, your dog's name. Do project whatever. Give your project a name. Mind you, it should be what it's actually going to be called in the end, because that will be helpful, because the more you start working on it, the more it takes on its own essence, its own form. But to at least help you get started, come up with a name. Come up with any type of name. Come up with a name, because that's going to help. If you've already got some type of idea, then come up with a name that embodies that idea. So this game has the name Corrupted Spirits, and that's because it embodies exactly what's going on in the game. You can get a general gist of the game itself just by the title, and that's what I wanted. And the title screen, the person I paid for this from did a magnificent job. Props to them. I gave them some direction here and there, what I wanted. I wanted it to look, and it just came out absolutely beautiful. I wholeheartedly love them. I will. They're on the RPG Maker forums, and I will totally credit them in this video for this title screen, because it is beautiful, and you should totally check them out. I give them full credit for this. And the person who made my maps, also give them full credit, because I give them a little bit of hey, I want this, this, and this, and they gave me exactly what I was looking for. Their maps turned out beautiful, and I absolutely love what they did for me, and I will also credit them in this video. They are also on the RPG Maker forums website, so if you use RPG Maker, please go seek them out. They are both wonderful people. Absolutely love both of them. They communicated really well with me. They were totally open to making revisions to the work. Payment was really easy. They were just amazing. Fully amazing. I love both of them wholeheartedly. But like I said, come up with a name. And you don't have to have a perfect design or anything like that, but just write down the name of a game. And if you're writing this in a notebook, fine, write it down in a notebook. I would say write it down in a notebook and then bring up a Google Docs and just start writing, like name the Google Docs and just write down all the information you have. It doesn't have to be pretty. I would suggest a game design document like I talked about in my last video to really organize everything. But if you don't want to organize everything right away, that's fine. Get all the information you have in your head about the game down, and then go through and organize it all. But get it all down. That way you have it all, and you're like, okay, I have all this information. Done. And you can use your Google to have a Google Drive and then organize everything about the game. But first, get all your information down, whether it's on paper, or Google Docs, or Word Doc. Whatever you do, get it down. The reason I like Google Docs is because I'm never going to lose my information. It's not going to get wet. It's not going to get burned. My cat isn't going to tear it up. The dogs aren't going to tear it up. So forth. Like, nothing's going to happen to that. I'm not going to lose it. Nothing. Same thing about, like, Word. Now we have Office 365, so there's less chance of you losing it. But I still prefer Google. I really do. Because I know it's going to be there unless I personally go and delete it. Or if I'm not paying for the extra storage. But that's still me. And honestly, Google Docs don't take up that much room. What would take up a bunch of room is when you upload your project, like your full game, or your game demo up to your Google Drive. That's what's going to take up the most room. But short little videos, Google Docs, Excel sheets, PowerPoints, that kind of stuff, images, those aren't going to take up a ton. I have so much stuff on my Google Drive, and I pay for mine. I pay for the 100 gigs. I'm not going to show you guys my Google Drive, but I pay for the 100 gigs. And I currently use 12.69 gigs out of the 100 gigs. And there's probably stuff I can delete off of it, honestly. Like, there's stuff I know I don't use. I went through a couple months ago and was just deleting random stuff off of it. And I know the screen probably went black for a second because I changed what I was looking at. But, like, there's a lot. And you can organize a lot. Just... you can be as organized or as unorganized as you want on Google. I would suggest, at first, get a name, get everything down, then go back through and organize stuff. And you can organize, different folders for different characters, weapons, etc. But first, just get it down, and then go through and make a Google Drive. I mean, not a Google Drive, but make a game design document. And then go through, and you can get even more detail about, okay, well, I want to make a, folder for all of these characters because I'm going to have a lot of characters. And I want to get really in depth and not just, maybe in the game design document you just have a bit of information, not everything, but just a small bit of information about the characters, their name, their, gender, where they live, general, how they look. But you don't have a ton of information. You don't have their full backstory. You don't have everything about them, right? So maybe you create, a folder that's got all the characters and everything about them, right? Every little nook and cranny about them. And that kind of stuff. So there's that. But in general, you can do that. Same thing for weapons, armor, towns, general, like, layout of towns and that kind of stuff. That can all go in your game design document. And then you can, like, further go into more detail in their own Google Drive. in their own, not Google Drive, but in their own folder. You can have a Google folder, and then you can have a document for each town and for each, you know, weapon and this and that. You can go as in depth as you want with your game, or as not in depth with your game. But there's that. So what I'm gonna switch over to, for like literally every little bit of your game, what I'm gonna switch over to is going to be, we're gonna swap that off. Okay, I don't know why. Turning that on. Huh. It might be because it is not at the top? No? Huh. That's weird. Give me 1 second. I am trying to figure out why it is black. Go away. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Like this. I'm probably give me 1 sec, guys. Remove, add. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. So I use XSplit, and sometimes it likes to be a butt, and not get what I'm recording. And I don't know why. It just sometimes doesn't like to get it anymore. Anyways, so this is the game that I'm effectively working on. This is the actual game product. And like I said, these maps were not made by me at all. But I do want to talk a little bit about maps. So if I click on like a main village, looks really pretty, looks really nice. As you can see, there's an inn here. I believe this is the mayor's house. Oh, that's right, I needed to fix. This is the weapon shop and the item shop here. So the weapon and armor shop and the item shop. This is the inn. This is the mayor's house. Now, the only reason you can tell this is the mayor's house is because it's the biggest house and it's got this little statue. This is the inn because of the inn sign, the weapon, and the item shop signs. So you can generally tell, and then there's just some random houses. Bloop, 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 bloop. And there's an awesome tree in the middle. Sweet. Awesome. Great. Right? So what I told my mapper, who like I said, I will credit them in this video, is that hey, in every single town, what I want is I want an inn, I want the mayor's house, I want a weapons and armor shop, I want a weapon shop, armor shop. It can be both, it can be separate places, but I want that. I want an item shop, and then I want 2+ other houses. So as you see, here's my inn, here's my weapon, here's my item, here's my mayor's house, and then I said 2+. I think I said 2 to 3, I think I said 2+ or 3+ houses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, they put 5 extra houses in here. So I can have 5 NPCs that the people can go talk to. And that is what I said for every single town. Now, in certain towns, there are going to be important NPCs that you're going to be able to recruit in this game. And for those towns, I said, okay, well, you need to have important person house, but you also still need to have 2+ random people houses. And for instance, Dwarf Village. Okay, so here we go. This is a Dwarf Village. And since we can't really do a cave town, currently, well, you could. It just wouldn't look very good. I don't think. And I didn't tell them to do a cave town. I just said I told them I wanted how many towns I wanted to. I said I want the main town, I want an elven town, I want a dwarf town, I want a dark human town, I want a pirate town, and that's it. I said that's what I want. And I said okay. I didn't even tell them I wanted the dwarf village underground. So They didn't need to put it underground. But I think it's really cool that the dwarves has these little mushroom houses. I think that's cool, right? The mayor, of course, lives up on this hill. That makes sense. This is the armory. Armor and weapons. You can tell because it's got weapons on this side. It's got a little shield on this side. This is the armory. This is my item shop. Now, I do believe, yeah, this is the inn here. Now, you're like, well, where's the important person's house? Well, one of these houses has a different color roof to denote it. That's this house. This is the important person's house, right? Now, that's how I made a difference. This goes to the forest, the dark forest area. But how you get to like the next area is you talk to this old man. Same for like the Elven village. This is of course the mayor's house. This is of course the weapon and armor. This is the item, and again a different colored roof and building here for the important people. So that's how they did it. And that's because I was like, hey, I want X amount of random people houses. And then I told them, okay, I want, X amount of dungeons. I want a forest. I want a light. Because I was doing it based off the elements in my game. So we did the light, earth, fire, ice, wind, water, and darkness. And so, like, there are the different places, right? So, and the old man's generally how you get different places. If you can't get to them by walking, you get to them by the old man. But that's how I've done it. You live in the Force of Light. This is your house. This is your little hut. I put little chests down because it makes sense. This is the, old Shrine of Light. You see it's kind of overgrown, with all the stuff of the forest because it's supposed to be. Inside, it looks very nice and pretty. And then in here, it's a little ball of light that you're going to talk to. This is the inside of your hut. But, in general, I told them, hey, I want each of the shrines to have a different feel, to feel like they're elements, and that kind of stuff. But I very much communicated back and forth with my mapper. And what I'm going to say about maps is you can do this in pen and paper. You can do this in RPG Maker, Unity, Unreal. It doesn't matter. You can do this even in Adobe for all Paint. It doesn't matter. Get a general idea of what you want in your towns for town maps. So even if you just want to write down, hey, I want the leader's house, like a mayor. I want an item shop. I want a weapon shop. I want an armor shop. I want an inn, tavern area. I want this many people's random's houses. If you just want to have that at least written down so you know, okay, I want this in this town. Do that for every single town. That way you know, okay, this is what I need in these towns. So I have to map. If you're mapping it yourself, then you know, hey, this is what I have to map out. This is how I'm going to need a big enough map to fit all of this. Right? I didn't give my mapper dimensions anyways. But you notice pretty much all of the village maps stay within a 30 by 30. They are not bigger than a 30 by 30. That's pretty cool. Now the forests, all the dungeons, I think, are no bigger. Yeah, are no bigger than a 50. Yeah, they're 50 I think the biggest one is a 50 by 32. No, 50 by. Okay, so yeah, 50, and then 41 is the biggest, and you can always see how big your map is here. But yeah, so figure out, okay, I want this on my map. I want that on my map for your towns. And then you can have that for your towns. In your dungeons, just figure, okay, is this a dungeon map where you go from point A to point B? And that's it. You can't go anywhere but from point A to point B. So like all of my maps, so this map, you can go from your hut to here, which is Shrine of Light. Till you get this event done, you can't go here, you can't go here. When you get this done, you can go down here, and you'll end up here. I know that doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Now, after you complete here, then you go back through here. You can walk back this way. You'll end up here. And you gotta walk all the way up here. And you'll end up here. Then you talk to this dude. You get these people. Then you can go back through here. You can do this shrine here. Then you can go back to the Elven Village. Do some more talking. Come back here. You used to think you're going to come back here. I don't see an exit currently. Might have to make an exit. But that's the general consensus. Or I might put the old man in here. Haven't made a decision yet. But if I'm right, what I'm probably going to do is, no, there should be a place in the Elven Forest. I think there is, and I just am dumb. But essentially, you're gonna come from here, and after you do this shrine, and you're gonna end up here. And then he can take your, after you talk to him, he can take your hair. You do this shrine. And then you go back. And you tell him you did it. And then he can take you. Anyways, so it goes back and forth, okay? The whole point is that you have it mapped out to where this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. If you just have dungeons that this goes to point this goes to point this goes to point this goes to point this. That's how you get to the places. Even if you're mapping out your game. Okay, like I was showing you. So after you leave the hut and you end up here, there's an event here that says, hey, there's a flash of light. I need to go here. Okay, I've done all the stuff here. Now I can go here. Which leads me to here. I need to talk to the mayor. After I get done talking to the mayor is gonna say, hey, here's some stuff. I can go shopping. After I get my shopping done, I need to go here. So that way, I can go through the Elven Forest, go up to the elves, talk to the elf dude. He's gonna be like, oh, you can get some people. Talk here. Go shopping here. Go back through the oven. Go here. Finish that. Beat the boss. Come back here. Go, hey, I did it. And you can go, oh, thank you very much. Now you should go to the next place, which is, and I will continue on. So you map it out. What point of the story leads to the next point in the game? Because having that mapped out, even if you've written it down or put it on a Word doc or put it on a Google Doc, having it mapped out where you're going from one point in your game to the next point in your game is going to be super helpful. I'm checking the time on this video. So again, super helpful to have that mapped out. Just like if you have your map, just put down what you want on your maps. And then, like I was saying, if you have, if your maps are like mine, where this map literally you can only go, there are no overview, like overworld maps. I'd have to bring up a different project completely for an overworld map, which I can do. Give me 1 second. I have to bring up a completely different. I wonder. I agree. I wonder if it'll let me run 2 RPG makers at once. Open. I don't even know if I have. If I. Oh, I don't have it on here. That's a good question. Do I have it somewhere? Is it still okay? That's a good question. While I look for this, oh, I know where I have it. I just had to think for a second. So, as you are. Where's the download button for this? We're gonna put those there. Yeah, save. So if you are, God, that's gonna take forever. Okay, so I'm probably not gonna be able to show it because, oh my God, I forgot how big that thing was. But, if you were doing an overworld of a game, so if your game had an overworld where you had different little towns, then you could still put, okay, I'm gonna have town A and town B, and there's a dungeon up here, and there's just, a forest over here. Just plot out, make a general overworld map and go, okay, I want the overworld map to be, around this big, and I want there to be 4 towns, 3 dungeons, a forest over here, a mountain range over here. Just think of what you want and then just draw it out. It can be shitty. It can be super shitty. I know what I can show you. I think I have it. Downloads. Yeah, okay, so this is what I can show you. Let me add source. Alright, so what I can show you is, so this is for my D&D campaign. So I use Inkarnate. I do pay for my version. You can use the free version, you can use Adobe, you can use a drawing pad. And just mark like little trees and little mountain ranges and little grasslands. But yeah, just draw it out like this and go, I'm gonna have towns here, I'm gonna, like, so for instance, I have a town here, right? So I have this town here, I've named it. There's a crater here. There's a crater, there's a little military camp here. There's a town here. This is a big forest. I've named it. There's another town here. There's a town over here. There's a crater here. There's this big old mountain range here. You know, this is a desert. This is obviously a grassland area. This has got some grassland, you know, but it's not as grasslandy as here. Here's another mountain range. You know, here's another town. Here's a little port. You know, here's this huge mountain range that, you know, people are going to have to go through. And let's see here. You know, this is a bridge that you can go across. This is obviously Deadlands, because this is a dead grove. You know, this is rocky terrain areas. This is, you know, another village. This is a town. This is like a dwarf town. This is another mountain range that blocks off this area. You know, but you can just do this. These are like different seas and stuff. But like you can do this and just like put, you don't even have to name the towns. You can put Desert Town 1, Desert Town 2, you know, Grassland Town 1, Grassland Town 2, Elf Town 1, Elf Town 2, Elf Town 3, Elf Town 4. You know, you can put Mountain Range 1, Mountain Range 2, Mountain Range 3, Mountain Range 4, until you come up with names. Just put down that they're, you know, since this is obviously a dead grove, you know, I put Dead Grove. Or Dead Forest, you know, Forest 1, Forest 2. That's fine. If you want these to be different seas, just put C1, C2, C3. That's fine. Obviously, I didn't name any of these craters because I was like, I'm not going to name them. I didn't name this military camp because I was like, it's not going to be named. It's inside. What you can't see is there is a crater right here that the military camp is inside that my players, because I run this for two different groups, one group of players decided to just blow it up. Another group decided to go in and poison them and get a group of friendlies out of it. You know. But either way, this military camp is null and void. So I've decided it doesn't need a name, you know? But, you know, you can do this. It's very, very, you know, a very good thing to do. So there's that. If I bring this back up, if I close out of this, okay. So, back to this. So, yeah, do that. You know, it would be very, very helpful. So let's see. I've covered getting your game a title, getting your information just down, doing some just basic mapping. I think that's all I'm gonna do in this video, because what am I sitting at right now? Yeah, it's sitting at about half an hour. So, because last time I talked about mainly, like, teamwork stuff, so I think I'm gonna rename that video, like, you know, yeah, I'll rename that video, and then this one, so, so, that one I'm gonna name, you know, holding yourself accountable and teamwork. And this one is, you know, actually starting your projects. So yeah, there's that. If you guys seem to like this, like, general, like, game making tips and tricks video, let me know. It's something that, you know, I don't terribly mind doing, and like I said, I'm gonna credit both of the people that, you know, did my title screen and did these maps in the video. It's really amazing, and if you guys want to know more about Corrupted Spirits, let me know. I don't mind doing, you know, a couple of dedicated videos, you know, just talking about the project itself. Because other than paying for the title screen and the maps, and using Yamfly's plugins, which I paid for, I'm pretty much just doing the project myself. So yeah, there's that. But that's everything for this video. So I will catch you guys next time.